Hello. Today I was kind of frightened. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. I've lost it now. Anyway, so today I decided to do something somebody gives a shit about. Yeah, not like, fucking over 10 years old Cluedo PC games and rants about Silent Hill and the death of real horror in video games. Oh, a lot of people give a shit about that. They're just not as passionate as I am. Anyway, so recently, Battlefield 3 has come out with this new premium thing, which a lot of people have been angry at. But it's really no different from any other DLC pre-order thing. So yeah, I mean, I guess we should get used to these sort of things. They're going to be around now. It's an idea that really took off at Gears of War 3, and everyone's been copying it since. It's kind of, another thing that people have been copying from Gears of War ever since Horde mode. Although was it Nazi zombies we started off that? I don't know. Yeah. And it seems like it's going to be a good amount of money. I mean, you get some extra skins and stuff, mostly cosmetic or weapons that don't really make much difference. So it's not massively unbalancing. Well, not that I know of, but I'm not one of these people who goes around, checking every minute detail of a gun to see whether it's overpowered or not. I'm not one of these pro-legit MLG motherfuckers, so my expertise isn't that much in that field. Anyway, I'm not really here to talk about the premium after this. I'm here to talk about the first DLC for it. Well, the second DLC if you count back to Karkan, but that was free if you bought it new, so, what was it? What was it, a limited edition thing? I don't know. You could get it free somehow. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about the good or bad of the premium stuff. I'm here to talk about the latest DLC, Close Quarters. Now, Close Quarters is an interesting little thing, seeing as it's basically Battlefield doing Call of Duty. What you've got here is a lot of Call of Duty-esque maps. Mostly Close Quarters. Built to be fast-paced, all that. And at first, that seems like a terrible idea, doesn't it? Battlefield doing Call of Duty. I mean, generally, I'm planning down this. Ah! It's going out of control! That seems like a terrible idea at first, because, even though they're, both modern FPSs, and you look at them, they could both look the same. There's a lot of differences between the sort of fan base that plays Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty, or the Battlefield series, Call of Duty series. The Battlefield players tend to like more vehicular-based, strategic combat, whereas Call of Duty players are usually just out for the racking up kill counts thrill. And mixing those two playstyles seems like a terrible idea at first, but actually it works really well, because it's like a very quick, sort of almost TDM. I mean, you can have TDM, but TDM on Battlefield is still awful. It was always awful. It has that more fast-paced feel to it, but it still feels like Battlefield. It feels slightly more realistic. It feels slightly more tactical. And we've got a few game modes. Basically we've got variants on. We've got variants on both. What is it? Domination. Damn it, I play Rush so much that I've forgotten what the other one is called. But, and capturing points, you've got that. Or you've got basically a variant of Rush, which is Assault. You know, basically the same thing. But in the new close quarters maps, which are all rather excellent, I should say. I mean, they all look really nice. They play really well, and we've got the Frostbite. So some alterations to the Frostbite engine. Well, not really alterations, just little tiny little bits of upgrade, more detail. We've got a little stuff like hitting the side of a door frame with like a shotgun blast, and like splinters of wood will come off of it. It just makes it feel more cinematic. Makes the realm feel more real. Of course, when stuff's blowing up around you when you're getting shot at, that feels more exciting. And also we got a new game mode here, Gunmaster, which is essentially, now this is directly stolen from Call of Duty. I'm not even gonna lie about it. There's no point in lying about it. 1,000 angry commenters would rain down on me if I lied about it. But I gotta say, I don't usually like that game type. I really don't, because what tends to happen on Call of Duty is if you don't get good off the bat, if you don't get a good start, you get like you get stuck on the pistols while everyone else is going around with like shotguns and assault rifles. Now that can happen here, but it's to a lesser degree because of, I think, partially because of the realism involved in Battlefield 3. I mean, of course, it's not super realistic. We're not talking Operation Flashpoint levels of realism here. We're talking, it has a slightly more realistic feel. So feasibly you can kill people who are like way ahead of you on the weapons tiers with pistols. It feels a lot more fair. It doesn't feel like if if everyone gets ahead of you early on, it instantly you're instantly fucked. It doesn't feel like that, and I like that. It's still not quite. I still get really annoyed at that mode, probably because I'm bad at it, but generally it's good. I think it's a genuine improvement. Oh god, I'm going to get killed by a load of Call of Duty fans on Call of Duty's method of doing it, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, generally this is a very good DLC pack. It adds a lot of variety. If you've ever felt like you want some more infantry-based combat on Battlefield, this is cool, because obviously there's no vehicles at all on this map. Because it would be a bit ridiculous to have a tank in the lounge of a fucking fancy hotel, wouldn't it? It's a bit more close quarters. Feels a bit more like Call of Duty, but still has what you like in Battlefield. The new game mode is pretty fun. Yeah. As for premium, make your guess. You want it. Yeah, go ahead. You don't get it. All I can say is close quarters right now, it's looking good, and I look forward to future DLCs for the premium packs. Because we've got a lot of those coming up. One of those is Armored Kill, which, as it suggests, is more vehicle based, so on the opposite side of the spectrum, and a few more ones which haven't been revealed yet but look pretty exciting. That usually does good DLC, so I've got high expectations for it. Anyway, see y'all later, and I'll be doing something that nobody gives a shit about again pretty soon.